Hello, followers of my YouTube channel. Welcome to this today's tutorial on the impacts of this land cover through a year. Okay, so today we will see how this climate or actually you can detect the change of land cover through a year. Okay, so in this today's tutorial we do have two land cover datas, which is uh, recorded on the year 1992 and on the year 2020. Alright, so in this tutorial we will visualize um, how the land cover is changing through the year. Okay, so actually when you expand this for the uh, Rodino, okay, the land cover on the year 2020 is looks like this one, as you observe here. Actually this somehow there is red colors, which is the urban areas. Yeah, those are urban areas. Yeah, the red ones. And there is also water bodies here. You can have water bodies just like this, so water bodies or rivers. And there is this one is actually croplands. You see how much cropland is in the year 2020. Okay, and um, there's also there is also closed to open canopy. Okay, or there are some trees, yeah, deciduous tree around here. Can observe that. And there is this one is actually the grasslands. Okay, so the grasslands. But if you uncheck this one and visualize for the case of this 1992, yeah, how much in 92 the amount of this cropland is small. Okay, this is for the case of you can see that this is for the case of 1992, but you can visualize that how much the cropland is, how much it is expanding. You see, therefore this change may affect our study in different aspects. Okay, in different aspects, and we can detect also the change, how the change where the change is available. That means we can also see the expansions of this cropland from 1992 to 2020 by how much percent and the like. Okay, so we can do that. So in order to see the change, okay, or the difference, the first thing you should have to go to is on the window. Okay, under this ArcGIS or ArcMap, go to this window, then there is image analysis. Okay, so you can use this one, click on this, and here is I should have to select both of the two images here. Okay, in order to do you can visualize, by the way, the difference here between the two here. Yeah, before in 1992 there is no any croplands here, but on 2020 we do have a lot of there's expansions of the cropland and others. Okay, and also you can also see the urban areas. Okay, urban areas as well, or settlements. So after that you should have to select both the two images by pressing Ctrl on your keyboard. Yeah, and there is here we can have an access to clip some parts of the image from this one. We can do also additional things here. Okay, this is a composite band. You can do composite band. Okay, and there is also any DVI, you know that this normalized difference vegetation index is very important, yeah. And there is also a difference. Here is a difference. So I would like to know the difference between the maps. Is the land cover map between the 1992 to that of 2020. So we can have an access to determine or to map the difference between the two maps. Okay, so if I say that calculate a mid difference here, see the difference actually. Okay, so you can close this one. Now from this we can visualize that. If you uncheck those things, there is under those highly black areas, there is a difference in land cover between the year 1992 to that of 2020. Okay, so that is the reason. Yeah, so we can see, or we can change the color ramp here. Let me change it as for instance, okay, let me use this one. Yeah, you see those areas are areas that does not have any difference, but there is a difference on those areas. Okay, on those areas. Okay, therefore in such a way we can detect land cover change or difference. In addition, we can have also an access to uh, detect the land cover by using their attribute tables. For instance, you can open this, okay, the attribute tables of the two maps. Okay, open attribute, and let us see the area in square kilometer. Actually here, area in square kilometers, you can calculate that actually based on their count, okay, and their resolution. For instance, you can see the resolutions of this land cover. Okay, so if you have the resolution, yeah, under source you do have the resolution. This one is the resolution. Okay, so we can have an option to determine the area. Okay, that means we can go to this art tables or table options, and we can add a field here which is called area. Yeah, let me say that area square kilometer. Okay, this you can add here, and let me say as one, because I have previously conducted in such a way, and let me use as a float here. Okay, now the area is actually we can use the field calculator. Okay, the area in square kilometer is, which is the count, okay, times the resolution. Yeah, one cell has an area of this one, so a total of this one, this much count is recorded for this one. All right, so divided by which is 10 raised to 6 for the case of square kilometer. This is actually meter square, yeah, meter square. So that is why you should have to calculate in such a way. Okay, now in such a way we can determine the area here. Okay, so let me take this one separately. Okay, so this is for the case of 2020, and you can also see the attribute table of for the year 1992. So you can visualize that. For instance, for the first case, the type of land use which is called rainfed cropland, with an area of this much square kilometer. But when it comes to this 1992, the cropland is this small. You see, now how you can use how much the cropland is expanding. Okay, how much the cropland is expanding. Good. Yeah, in this case you can see that those selected areas are croplands. Yeah, but for this case, you can see how much it is increasing. Now it is a way how to visualize expansions of croplands. In addition, we can detect also the forest, yeah, how the forest expansion looks like. Okay, so if you come to here, for instance, we can observe forests here. Let me find forest actually. Okay, so forest areas are now reducing, yeah. Therefore you can visualize that. Okay, so for instance here there is tree covers in the like, okay, in 2020, yeah. So when you come to this 1999, you can see that how much it is. You see this square kilometers, yeah. So in this case the forest expansion is now decreasing, yeah. In 2020 there is 2498, while in 1997 it is around 270, I mean 2749, okay, square kilometer. So it is now decreasing somehow, but you can see the expansions of urban areas here. Urban areas, for instance, this one, urban area. So urban area for the case of 2020 is 473, but when you come to this 1992, the area of the urban area is 393. You see how much this difference? It is more than 100 square kilometer expansions of the urban area is observed in this area. Okay, this is a way how can we detect the change of land use, land cover in a year. Okay, and this land use, land cover change is highly affects our model applications. All right, so it's better to visualize your land use, land cover in such a way. Okay, so it is all about today's tutorial, and I will come back with another video. Have a nice time. Bye.